ini untuk kita mengadakan satu perjumpaan, satu perbincangan pada pagi ini. Dan bagi pihak MAPIM, kita ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua yang hadir. Dan ada lagi, kita difahamkan ada lagi 1-2 tubuh yang dalam perjalanan ke sini. Dan untuk tidak melengahkan masa, kita dengan segala hormat mempersilakan Cikgu Muhammad Azmi Abdul Hamid, Presiden MAPIM, untuk menyampaikan ucapan dan mengendalikan program pada pagi. Silakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi dan salam sejahtera. Terima kasih Saudara Helmi, yang berbahagia semua wakil-wakil, datuk dan juga ketua-ketua agama. Kita juga ada wakil daripada Palestin juga bersama kita pada hari ini, Dr. Ahad. Jadi untuk memudahkan komunikasi, saya akan bercakap dalam bahasa Inggeris sedikit dan juga mungkin kita campur dengan bahasa Malaysia. So I would like to extend my warmest welcome to all of you. This occasion is a special occasion that we have given a serious thought in MAPIM since the two tragic incidents that shocked the world. We have got so many incidences that shock the world, but the one that has touched our heart is what's happening. I mean, we have people who are suffering in Palestine, in Syria and whatnot, but the incidents on the 15th of March this year, on the Christchurch massacre, and within only a few weeks after that, that is 21st of April, few days back, we were also shocked again by what happened in the Sri Lanka. So I think all of you would agree with me that there is a situation that we have to address, looking at how the world is progressing now, with so many conflicts, with so many people suffering and so many people taking action on their own, and that has given a situation that is untenable, unmanageable. Even the governments themselves, the leaders of governments, have not been able to do much. Even the international agencies are not effective in handling these issues. Now, let us now just give a few minutes, 30 seconds of silence, so that we remember the victims, the dead people, the innocent people in Sri Lanka and also in Christchurch, so that God will bless us and will bless them, the souls that they have become a victim of a situation that was not supposed to happen. So we give 30 seconds of silence. Thank you. Let me just address to the people who are here in our meeting. I think I will give the chance for everybody to just introduce yourself. Tell us you're from what organization, and then after that I'll start off with a welcoming speech. Can I start from the right? Do you have a wireless mic? Ada? Tak ada? Ini nak? Tak ada. Oh, tak cukup panjang.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Haji Syamsul Kamal bin Haji Idris. I am from Association for Muslim Minority Advocacy and Research. Okay, thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Syed Sheikh Al-Attas from Pertubuhan Kebajikan Rakyat Sejagat, Malaysia. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Ahid Abu Al-Ata. I'm from Palestine. My association, I'm President Palestinian Scholars Association in Disibora. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. I am Mustafa Al-Haddar. I am from Yemen. Student.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. I am Abdul Muhaimin bin Misran. I'm representing International Institute of Advanced Islamic Studies, IAIS Malaysia, with two of my colleagues.
Salam pagi, salam sejahtera. My name is Loh Pai Ling. I'm from Buddhist Missionary Society Malaysia. We are born in Buddhist Mahavihara. On my left are the two Sangha members from Buddhist Mahavihara as well. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Lee Min Chun from Christians for Peace and Harmony in Malaysia.
Good morning. My name is Jason Leong from the Association of Next Gen Christians of Malaysia, or ANCOM.
Good morning to all of the speakers, and my name is Dato' K. Shidam Ratna. Because now is Buddhist, today Buddhist Mahavihara.
Selamat pagi kepada semua. My name is Julian Liao. I represent the Christian Federation of Malaysia and also the Deputy President for MCCBC HST ataupun Majlis Agama-agama Buddhism, Sikhism, Hinduism, Taoism dan Christian.
I'm Reverend Andy Chi. I'm the Secretary General of the National Evangelical Christian Fellowship. I'm also sitting together in the Majlis.
Good morning. I'm Tan Ho Chu, President of the Federation of Taoist Association Malaysia, also Vice President of the MCCBC-HST.
Thank you very much. I think there are one or two more coming.
Dr. Mohamad is on his way.
Oh, so
Should
yeah.
we get 5 minutes?
Okay, all right. And then we have from Mr. Sarda Jangir Singh. I don't know whether he's on the way or not. So let's just begin.
Again, welcome you so much, and thank you very much for making the time and the effort to come. This has been a very short notice. It was only a day before, and I think because of the gravity of the issue that we want to address, that everybody feels that it's our duty to come and to participate in a very important meeting of trying to express our condolence to the victims, and also to express our views and position of this kind of tragic incidences that's happening from time to time. We have already heard a lot of announcements, a lot of statements by world leaders, by also by NGOs, in particular in Malaysia. I didn't read so much of the papers, but I think a few NGOs have expressed our grievances to this very unfortunate incidents. So with all that things that has been expressed, I think we need to then see what would be a good kind of action. If it's not action, it's effort that we can do together from all the interfaith communities. The faith groups in Malaysia is well known. We have the Majlis of the Antaragama, and we have also a lot of these interfaith dialogues and whatnot, and this has in some ways have made our country, our nation, in a much better situation than the areas that we have been focusing, that's experiencing these conflicts. So we would like then to say that there is a need for the world to see Malaysia as a model, and to say to the world that that there is a so-called very high potential of examples of good practices in coexistence between races and between religions. We can talk about those things, the tolerance and whatnot, in so many areas, but it doesn't work in reality. But in Malaysia, there is a unique situation. Taking back from history right until the present moment, we will see that we are able to, stay in a very peaceful and, despite all the differences of political thinking and political debates. But if you comparatively see what's happening in countries neighboring us and also a bit further than us, Malaysia has proven to be somewhat, a voice when we speak up about coexistence, we speak up about religious harmony. There's a weight to it. But if you coming from other countries, they will start saying that you say it in a way that it is not being practiced. But in Malaysia, we are able to do that. There are still so many things that we can improve. But yet, I think if this course and meetings and visits among us, I think there's a lot that we can express our position to call to the world that this tragic happenings, heinous, barbaric, you name it, violence, just cannot be accepted. I think what we want to achieve out of this meeting is, number one, to first to get our respected leaders from all the faith groups to express your views on what happened, not only Sri Lanka being the most recent, but also Christchurch is still, still there in our mind. And probably, God knows, if we are again tested with another incident, God forbid, and then we will see things that are going to be difficult. But yet we should say in Malaysia we have a sense of importance of unity, importance of harmony, importance of tolerance and respect is always there. So the first thing from this meeting is to get people to just talk about how you feel about this incident in Sri Lanka and probably other places also, and to give a bit of your wisdom from your religion. What should be our call? How do we express our call to the world? And then from all those expressions, we will then have a common position that we can agree upon. Although I have drafted something, but it will be distributed to you later. My draft is more of the analysis that I will explain a little bit after this. From the common position that we will take, we will then get it to the media, and we will send to all our MPs, the government. This is the position that we have arrived, and we want them to look seriously on our calls. And then we will go further than that. We will also send to the leaders of the religious communities all over the world that Malaysia is taking this position. We want people to come back to work for peace and give peace a chance. Religion has a role, and we cannot allow anybody to misuse and abuse religion. As you all know, that's what's happening now. So that would be the outcome of this. But the follow-up of the discussions later on, I will also make some suggestions. I think this is not just an expression of our views, but it's also trying to see how we can engage with as many groups, as many parties to embrace this importance of respecting each other and tolerating each other, and then we should build up Malaysia as a nation that we can propose to the world that, look, we can do it here, why can't you do it in your place? We can share. So that would be the main things that we're going to do. We will have like about 40 minutes or so that we'll give you to express yourself on this issue, in particular Sri Lanka. But then Sri Lanka is just another incident happened before. We have had all this violence happen. So we know that the views that we're going to give is, of course, related to the most recent one, but we can also talk about there's so many other incidences because of religious conflict, racial conflict, and we see a lot of this these unnecessary sufferings of the people. So I will now, before I give my own opinion of this, I will hand over to the representative of the faith groups for you to express. We will try to record it so that your words can be taken into account, and we will try to document it in the most proper way, so that then we can send it to the relevant parties, both national and international. Before I will 5 minutes or so, let us ponder in a very reflective and honest, as much as you can, with honesty, that we need to heal. We need to heal the world. The world has been misused and abused, and you see people suffering, like people become renegades and refugees, and people are Miss, you're welcome. We are seeing all these broken lives of people, from children to innocent women, and families have been just slaughtered, and those becomes news to us. And I feel personally that if people keep on reading this and become a normal thing, then we have a big problem. You're not touched by the children who have been slain. You're not touched with people being, fighting, and we are militarizing the whole world. With the weapon industry has grown so much, and those people who are benefiting out of all this. And very sadly, the religious role has been sidelined most of the time. It's always politics and power has been all the one that's decided. It decides like everything, and therefore the world is being dragged into this situation. But what about religion? I mean, why are we saying that religion should play a role, an important role, very significant, and should be right in the center? Because that's the only way that we can see people coming back to their senses. I mean, no violence can represent any religion. That is, we are sure about this. Those who are doing it under the name of their religion is not representing, they are hijacking the religion, and they are saying with whatever declaration of them that they want to do this because of religion. But if you analyze about why this sentiment is becoming more and more stronger, then you have to go further down to analyze why is this happening, what is the source of the problem, so that will need a lot of discourse and more discussion. So with that scenario, I would like to again express my gratitude for you to make the time to come here. MAPIM is an organization that is a conglomeration of about 200 NGOs under MAPIM. So the membership may go as high as 800,000 members, individual members, but we have 200 organization members. We are doing a lot of work in outside, about 17 countries. We are based to work on relief work, humanitarian work, and also advocacy for peace. So we are stationed here in this hotel. We have got a small room that we rent here, but we have also other offices that we have around the country. We are doing a lot of work also to go into deeper the societal problems, from culture to education to economics to religious relationships and all that. So we address all these issues, and today, because of these incidents, we call people that, although it is called the Malaysian Consultative Council of Islamic Organization, meaning that our flag is the Islamic organization, but our work is, it transcends race and religion. So we address a lot of issues, and that's happening, even environment, even health, even governance, and all. So we talk about it. And we are doing a lot of work, of course, with conflict areas now, in particular Palestine, Syria, Yemen. We are doing some work also in China. We are doing work in Myanmar. We are doing work in Bangladesh. We are doing some work in Sri Lanka. All those issues we are addressing in both ways. One is to address the immediate need of the victims that has become the result of all these conflicts. So we try to cater them. For instance, we are going to Yemen next month. Some of our people are still now in Syria. They are doing all this humanitarian work. Food package distribution we are doing for orphanages, and we are trying to help as much as we can. We did go to Christchurch. We sent delegates immediately when the situation broke up, and so we were there. And we are planning by next week we should go to Sri Lanka to just meet people and say, we are extending our solidarity. So this is MAPIM as an organization. So we would like to collaborate with you as much as we can, so that we can have more engagement to address to the issues that we're facing now, both national and international. So thank you for listening, giving me the time. I will now invite, I have a list, but I don't know whether whether this list is those who are present here, but we have His Excellency Datuk Kesri Dhammaratana, the Chief High Priest of Malaysia of the Buddhist Mahavihara. Right, Datuk, can you come forward and just give your few speech of your views on the issue? You want to be there? Okay, that would be good. Can we have the Christians? And I just don't want the hall to look empty there. That's why. Come. Anyway, please. That to. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Please. How are you? How are you? Yeah. We met sometime in Bangi, I think. Yes. Remember there was this dialogue. Yeah. Thank you. Please. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. So I will let me just address our dignified leaders of the religious, the faith group. We have Datuk Kesri Dhammaratana, the Chief Buddhist Mahavihara, is on my left. And then we have Reverend Archbishop Julian Liao, President of CFM, and Reverend, okay, you are here, thank you. And we have Datuk Mohan Shan, President of Hindu Sangha Malaysia. Yes, thank you. And then we have the Don Zan Tan Ho Chiao, President of the Taoist Federation of Association of Malaysia, FDAM. Yes. And we have also Mr. Sardar Jangir Singh, President of Malaysian Gurdwara Council. Right? Thank you. And we have also Reverend Andy Chin from the NECF. You're there. So, okay. Okay, thank you. And then we have Mr. Jason Leong, the advisor of the NCOM. Is it? Yeah, all right. Thank you. And we have Sister Lu Pao Ling. Thank you. All right. So, as I've said just now, we'll give about 5 minutes each to express your views on what happened in Sri Lanka and also some related things. And then, inshallah, God willing, I will also ask our brother from Palestine, Dr. Ahad, will give his views, and also the other NGOs. Can we start with Datuk Kesri Dhammaratana, please?
Thank you, Muhammad Hashim, our brother, and all the brothers of all the interfaith leaders, and very good morning to all of you. First, I would like to thank to our brother and his team of the people by organizing this simple discussion section with all the religious leaders. And I'm not going to talk about whatever anything, but because most of the things our brother has explained to you. But anyway, generally we feel very sad to hear this kind of incidents, and recently happening many parts of the world. And again, unfortunately, most of the people, they are using the religious name or religious background to create this kind of problems. And of course, sometimes although politicians are behind, but when we think about the people in this world, most of the people, actually majority of them, used to believe different faith, different religion, and to discipline ourselves as well as for find the peace and happiness within this life as well as after this life. And concerning about the religious background, first I would like to explain. We are living in the Malaysia with the multi-religions and multiracial country, and very fortunate. This is a beautiful country, and we can live peacefully and happily. Until now, so far, no major issues happen under the religious name. But we pray even future in Malaysia, this kind of things not to be happen. And when we concern about the religion, today most of the people or majority of them, they don't learn their respective religion properly, because original teaching is there, but different times, different people, they interpret their own way. When they interpret their own way, the followers, and slowly they try to follow their leader. So when they start to follow their leader, they will forget about original teaching. So this is the things happen most of our religious people. Simple words we can say, label religious people. Only they know, label, I claim they are Buddhist or Christian or Hindu or Islam or whatever. But they do not know their original teaching. Of course, none of our great masters, like the Buddha or Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad or our great masters, none of them say everybody must do all the negative thing, negative thought, negative speech, negative action. None of them they preach. Everybody say everybody must do properly, and they must think about positive thought, positive speech, and positive action. So as I told you earlier, unfortunately, most of the followers, because of different interpretation, they used to follow their interpretation, according to their interpretations, their respective religion. So when they start to follow their respective religion, those their teachers, with their understanding, they start to teach. So when they start to teach, followers follow, and they also start to do the action. That's why most of our people did not know their original teaching of whatever their respective religion. So we must, as religious leaders, we must try to educate our followers according to the original teaching of our great masters. Concerning about Sri Lanka or Christchurch and other part of the world, these things are sometimes different interpretation. People they use behind this religious group, that religious group, but sometimes due to their personal gain. Personal gain, when they start to do something, and the person happen to be Muslim or happen to be Christian or Buddhist, they blame the religion. Start to blame this religious attack. But sometimes their personal gain, they start to do other things. So therefore, I would like to appeal to all the religious leaders to educate our followers according to the original teaching. And then again, now, like Sri Lanka incident, we start to blame IS people, they do. But we should not go against them. We must practice loving kindness. Loving kindness. I have read one of the Christian follower mentioned, we must thank to the those people, they go and attack in the church because the people, all the victims of these bomb victims, definitely they will be up there. Because that very moment while they are praying, this incident happened, their mind is very pure, they have all the way positive thought about the God, all the positive thought about the good thing. So while praying, this thing happened, so definitely they will be in a better place. Although physically they are already disappeared from this world. So what we have to do is, we must not go go against these people. We must try to practice loving kindness. And if you are going to attack again and attack again, so there will be never end. So therefore, we must try to practice loving kindness, and by practicing loving kindness, then we will be able to find peace and harmony. So without further delay, I would like to thank our brother Muhammad Ashmi by organizing this discussion. And we Buddhists, we always stand for peace and harmony to create the good, better society for within this life as well as hereafter. So, lastly, I would like to pray for those victims in Christchurch as well as for the Sri Lanka, for their well-being and happiness, peace and harmony, and to create near future in this, especially in Malaysia and generally throughout the world. We all get together, find the way to bring peace and harmony together as one family members. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to take this salient points. I think it's wonderful that Dato was speaking about living kindness, and the religion has been abused, and under that action because of the self or interpretation of religion according to their own thinking, that has made people start doing things not from the original teaching of the religion, but it's been diverted for personal gains and all. I think this is very important. Thank you so much, Dato. Let me now invite Reverend Julian, Archbishop, to give his views.
Once again, thank you, Chairman, for organizing this gathering. The CFM, the Christian Federation of Malaysia, we have put out a statement a few days ago. I'd just like to highlight a few points. I won't read out the whole statement, but we would like to categorically condemn the acts of terror and violence perpetrated against the Easter Sunday church congregations and the hotel guests in the several cities in Sri Lanka. And I'd like to send my condolences, especially to Chief here also. He has lost personal friends in the blast that happened in Sri Lanka. And we are filled with horror and shock and dismay that on this most holy day of the Christians, such despicable acts of destruction can be contemplated and carried out upon innocent citizens of Sri Lanka and of foreign nationals. And therefore, we extend our heartfelt condolences, deeper sympathies to the families of those who have lost their loved ones and also those who are injured. We are one with them, in solidarity with them. And I think, as Chairperson has mentioned just now, Mama Azmi, that Malaysia is unique. We are multiracial, multi-religious, multicultural. And I think we need to take the lead in showing the world that we can live in harmony, that there is mutual respect, there is mutual trust amongst Malaysians. And basically the respect for human dignity, the dignity that we must respect in each person created by God. And I think if this is done, if this is practiced by every person, then we will not be killing one another. So I continue to pray that Malaysia will, and through this declaration that we are about to make as heads of different religions in Malaysia, the main religions, we can show the world that peace is possible and that we can overcome whatever differences we may have, because there is so much that we have in common, the common humanity. And I continue to urge that we as Malaysians, we as religious leaders will play our role as peacemakers, as bridge builders for this country and also as an example to the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend. I think it is well said, strengthening what we have sensed together. Of course, we need to emphasize categorically that we reject and we condemn this horrific, unacceptable action. And while we are shocked and we are despaired and we are dismayed, of course, the message of solidarity with the innocent people who were killed, and then the call for Malaysia to take the lead as a multiracial, multi-religious, multicultural society can be a very strong message. We are not only saying about the message, we are living the message as we want the other countries to do. So thank you. It's a very relevant call, and you're saying about the commonness and the importance of respecting human dignity of whatever creed or whatever religions you are attached to, but human are humans. So in humanity is the trust of our relations with all other people. Thank you so much, Reverend. Can I now ask Dato Mohan Shah, President of the Hindu Sangam, to give a few words.
Good morning. I'd like to thank the Chairman, Muhammad Azmi Abdul Hamid, the Malaysian Consultative Council of Islamic Organization, for the good intention and all of us together here to declare our motion on the Sri Lanka attack, which shouldn't happen in this world. We all are loving each another, and religion must teach us the good thing, to respect the human beings and to love one another forever. But now we see incident happened after the Christchurch in New Zealand, and now is attack in Sri Lanka, and all this happening in the holy days, and where the people are get together to do their vow and prayers, and the religion getting more fanaticism, and make each one of us hurting each and others. Didn't have a respect for the human beings and the lowest one. You know, we are there to kill each and other for some kind of motive or benefit which they going to benefit, but not at large of the public. And we are in Malaysia with all different religion and race. We must understand each another, and we must respect each another. We don't want something happen in Malaysia as what happened in New Zealand and Sri Lanka. As Malaysia Hindu Sangam, we have a deepest sorrow, and we have sent our condolence and also message on both attacks. You know, so what as Malaysia Hindu Sangam and Hindus in this country, pray for all the loved one and whoever injured, and whoever no more with us for some reason. So we have to love everyone, we have to respect everyone. All the religion are teaching the same. No religion have teach hatred to each another one. We have to love each and every human beings, and religion respect everyone. So we have to understand that very clearly, and we must understand each another. Don't bring any hate speeches and all this thing to create something is not good for the country and for the nation. I like to thank the organizer to call all the religious leaders to sit together and to come out with a press statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the addition from the Hindu Sangam. I think has been well said just now. We are strengthening each other. We are reinforcing our belief that unless we come back to the intrinsic values of all religion, it's about love, it's about living together, it's about us as human beings. It crosses all religions, and therefore what Mr. Mohan Shan has emphasized is very important. We'll put that again in our declaration on the need for this, the understanding with each other. Can I invite now Mr. Sardar Jaga Singh, the President of the Malaysian